We're going to go out to Wilmington. How are you, Tracy?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I just wanted to bring Tracy on. Tracy is a Home Sweet Home Chicago listener that called me to refinance after listening to our show for years. Okay? And we set Tracy up, correct me if I'm wrong, Tracy, that we're going to save you a substantial amount of money for you and your husband to recalibrate your financial furniture. Am I on the right path so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And she lives in
Goal
Wilmington.
is we want that basement finished.
and she wants the basement finished because she's got kids, cheerleaders, and she needs more room.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we order an appraisal. Okay? She lives in Wilmington in a new community in Wilmington. Not a lot of comps. Am I on the right path so far,
This is
Tracy?
all very correct.
Huh.
Nope, very
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so what do you do if you're an appraiser and you can't find comps? You call the township to get information from the township. These 16 questions. Right here, counselor.
Okay, I see him.
Everybody, 16 questions. Okay?
I mean, it's tiny font, but yeah, I get
But
it.
16.
Okay.
She's been the appraiser, Erica Franks from Act Appraisal Services, who we use,
Okay.
has been trying to get a hold of somebody down in the Wilmington Township assessor's office.
Is it a really, really small town?
Don't really care.
Okay, got it. I just want to make sure.
It is. I mean, it is a small county, and that's a pretty big county.
Yeah, it is.
So I call Will County because it's been 2 weeks that my appraiser's trying to contact. I'm like, Erica, what's up? She's like, Dave, I'm trying to get a hold of these folks. Gentleman by the name of Jonathan Jones, who I did call twice and send an email to invite him on the show to explain to listeners in Wilmington County why Tracy can't get an appraisal done.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He hasn't called me back.
Clearly.
So I figured I'd bring Tracy on
Nice.
to express her frustration.
Yeah.
So Tracy, welcome to the show. How frustrated are you that we can't do our job because Jonathan Jones and the people in the Wilmington County Township Assessor's Office won't call the appraiser back?
It's very frustrating. It's been, I feel like, a very long process so far, longer than it should have been, and it's extremely frustrating.
Okay, so
what can you do besides this? Like,
just
I mean,
publicly
you're doing
humiliate
we're
him?
publicly humiliating him.
for
That's
not
it. Okay.
calling my appraiser back for
Sure.
over a week,
It's just a phone call.
For
And-
just 16 questions.
16 questions, basic questions.
Yeah, what kind of questions?
Do
are on there?
lenders do drive-bys?
You can't do drive-bys. We need a full appraisal.
Yeah.
Verification that the sale took place. Okay?
Oh wow, that's a pretty easy question.
Total basement area.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not splitting atoms here. Okay?
Yeah.
Heating and air conditioning types. List of energy efficiency item. Garage carport count and description.
Okay, so literally my 5-year-old could answer those questions.
Takes about 16.
Okay.
Make maybe 20 seconds per question. Okay? So I would just want to thank Jonathan Jones and the fine people of the Wilmington Township. Yes, Roy?
Yeah, I was going to say, can we just indict the right person? Is it Will County and Wilmington Township?
Yes, it's Will County and Wilmington Township.
Okay.
Because I called Will County and said, hey, nobody's calling the appraiser, and then got the appraiser on. And I'm like, who should they contact? And she's like, Jonathan Jones, here's the email, and nobody's contacting. So there you go. Thank you. Tracy, what would you like your elected officials that you're paying for with your taxes to do to call Erica Franks from Act back? You got 30 seconds here before we go to break.
I mean, he needs to be held accountable. He needs to return phone calls and emails to start with. And honestly, just answering the 16 questions would help us tremendously. We'd be able to wrap this whole thing up. We would be able to do what we need to do to move forward and focus on what we need to do at our home for our family. And it would just be super helpful. I'm shocked that it's taken this long.
Okay. Thank you. So if somebody in Will County out there is listening, we have tried repeatedly. I gave you an opportunity to call me to work this out. I sent you email. I called you twice. Eric has called you multiple times. So here we are. I invited you to come on the show to discuss it, and you won't. So here we go. If you might return the call, Tracy, I'm doing everything we can here to help you. It'll be nice if the people within your township that work for you do their jobs effectively and efficiently.
Yes.
All right. And I hope your daughter wins her cheerleading contest. So go back inside the gymnasium, and we're going to take a quick break. Come back with Roy Spencer. 312-981-7200. When you mess with our listeners, I go after you. Okay? This lady's trying to do something good for her family, and we've got government standing in the way, and it's wrong. and it's not right. 312-981. I don't care if it's government or anybody. If you mess with any of our listeners, I got their back. 312-981-7200. Is it hot in here? Am I like having a
You
stroke?
know what? I'm so proud of you.
My God.
You're not yelling. So our listeners
not
are probably,
yelling.
they're high-fiving you
I'm
right
not
now
yelling.
through the